Good morning, everyone. Happy June. It is Thursday, June 1st. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell, the Strategic Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager here at Houston Community College. Pleased to be joined by my co-host and friend, Montrose Cunningham, who is HCC Northwest's Community Outreach Coordinator. Welcome back to the show, Montrose.
Thank you, Sade. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Well, let's kick things off with you telling everyone how to find us.
That's right. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but the District Facebook page and YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, awesome. Well, today, Montrose, you're going to be talking for Thursday Family Fun Day. You're going to be talking about a fun event that is near and dear to you, and you will be joined by our guest, April Hall, who is the Learning Labs Manager at CLI-West and the team captain of the HCC Eagles for the Westchase Challenge. Welcome to the show, April.
Morning. Thank you.
Good morning. You and Montrose are going to tell our audience everything about it. But first, we're going to talk about some special workshops HCC offers with its entrepreneurial partner, SCORE. Joining us to talk about that today is Ravi Brahmbhatt, who is the Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Welcome back to the show, Ravi.
Thanks, Sade. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Montrose. Excited to be here.
Yes, well, SCORE and HCC have different themes for their workshops throughout their partnership, including one that's coming this afternoon. So let's kick things off with the Education and Skill Development series for entrepreneurs. How do the monthly workshops contribute to just that, education and skill development?
Yeah, Sade, so we have a really fantastic partnership with SCORE, and SCORE really is a nonprofit. It's funded by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. It's been helping business owners or aspiring business owners since 1964. And Houston has a very thriving SCORE chapter. They offer one-on-one mentoring, workshops, online resources to help our entrepreneurs who are aspiring or those that are looking to grow their businesses. And this is a group that is, retired executives. In fact, the word SCORE is Service Corp of Retired Executives. And these are volunteers. They offer their expertise to our students, helping them gain entrepreneurial education right in on our community campus college, as well as they offer all of this for free. There's zero cost.
So free executive coaching, essentially. That's wild. And it's kind of almost, do you find that people almost find it too good to be true? Like, why would we do this?
Well, it's actually, a service that's paid for through the Small Business Administration, but they are just passionate entrepreneurs wanting to give back. So it is kind of too good to be true, but at the same time, it is true. They offer fantastic social capital. A lot of these have been entrepreneurs themselves for decades, and they give back in mentoring the aspiring entrepreneur. So absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to make emphasis, like, just if you walk away knowing anything today, it is true, right?
It is true.
So what specific areas of knowledge and skills can attendees and entrepreneurs, small business owners, what can they expect to gain from these workshops?
So we've put together a series of workshops for the entire year. We focus on everything from just starting with the business plan, bookkeeping basics, obtaining business licenses and permits, understanding what supply chain is and how do you establish it for your idea, how do you finance your business and how do you fund your business, to human resources, sales, exporting, financial reporting, anything and everything you can imagine. We cover it. And we also do specialized workshops like fashion to retail. You want to start selling on Amazon. We just did a workshop with almost 70 people in the audience at the West Loop campus. So we cover pretty much anything that's what I call practical entrepreneurship training.
I mean, and I think that's the word for it, practical, because people have the gifting, right? They may have the talent and the gifting, but their gift may not extend to operations, right? And that's the part that I think surprises a lot of entrepreneurs, that you all, what it sounds like you're focusing on, which is that real practical part of making sure that your gifting and your passion doesn't go fall by the wayside because operations isn't being focused on.
That's right.
And, I'm sure, knowing everything that you just described, there have been some powerful success stories of business owners who've been able to scale and optimize their efforts. Would you share some of those?
Yeah, so the most recent one actually is a former student by the name of Kanisha Friend, who started a online doula directory. She, after winning our pitch, after not winning our first pitch competition, but then coming back and winning the second round, she went to SCORE, started working with one of the SCORE mentors, and later she won $55,000 for her pitch idea at the American Heart Association's Empower to Serve national competition. And today she is pursuing her business, and she's continuing her education at the same time. But that's an example. We have lots of talented students that are looking to pursue the entrepreneurial path. And we have not only faculty to teach business, but then we also have community partners like SCORE available to mentor and guide and coach these students for their entrepreneurial journeys. And that's the power. That's just one example of about 7 this past year that have gone through and taken the opportunity with the SCORE mentor to evolve their business plans and put it on paper and then actually go act on it.
And it's my understanding that initial training, it doesn't stop there. Of course, you all have a whole series of workshops, but in what way do the workshops go beyond the education to provide ongoing support and guidance?
So, yeah, absolutely. So, we offer the one-on-one mentoring from the Center for Entrepreneurship at HCC. We offer, beyond the workshops, programs like the Pitch Fest and the hackathons that help with prototyping or practicing pitch presentations. And then we also connect them to our resources with the Open for Business program that talks about access to funding, helps women entrepreneurs find a community that supports entrepreneurship. Then we have the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program and the Minority Business Development Agency. So these are all support systems within HCC that's ready to help both aspiring and growing current business owners.
In this intersection, so we're hearing that SCORE is, hosting these workshops. We are a host site, but I think, tell the audience a little bit about how this connects to your Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and why has HCC made this a priority?
So I think it's important for us to be community responsiveness, right? So when we engage our partners, we learn a lot. We open up just tremendous opportunities for our own students to network with the broader community, learn from one another, leverage each other's intersections or innovation intersections, I call them. So by allowing SCORE to be right on our campus, we have an MOU partnership with them that allows them to come on our campus, offer these workshops, offer one-on-one mentoring during open office hours that we're going to be piloting at the Stafford campus later in the fall semester, where we're basically bringing the resources right on our campus, right into the community, instead of just having it in one pocket of Houston. So that's really what the office is doing, is leveraging our relationships in the community and our partnerships and bringing those resources to our students so that they're better prepared and can leverage Houston's great resources to grow their entrepreneurial ventures.
Yeah, I love that you framed it as community responsiveness, because we hear that there's so much opportunity in the entrepreneurial space. Houston is just a go-to spot in the nation for just the economic stance of it. And a lot of people come here with the hope that they are able to, make some things shake, but that there's a incubator here at HCC where they are able to grow and network. And it's my understanding, we zoomed past it a little bit, but I do want the audience to know that there's some intentionality from you all and the SCORE partner around accessibility and inclusiveness in these workshops. So if you're wondering, man, maybe the modality, or maybe this may be a little bit of a challenge for me, I think they should reach out, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and make sure that you all have some readiness around that. And what last, if you have an entrepreneur that is thinking, man, I really need to try to do something to close a gap in my business, but I don't know where to start. I'm hearing all these programs and workshop series. Where would you recommend somebody starts?
Yeah, and let me touch on that inclusive point. We take extra effort. Not only our workshops are in person, but we make them available via Zoom. So it's a hybrid modality where we're on schedule, but we make that available, and then we also share the recordings. And then where should they start? Start with hccs.edu/small business, because that's kind of the entrepreneurial initiatives office of HCC that has all of the programs, all of the centers. We have 3 centers across the Houston area. So go to any one of them and start talking with the staff and see which workshops you ought to attend and which programs you should participate in to help you fill those gaps in your business. So absolutely, and most of it's free or very low cost just to cover lunch, and then all of it is right available, and we offer almost 27 or to 28 different things across the semester from at each of the centers. So lots of opportunities to grow.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Ravi. If you're just joining in, we have had Ravi Brahmbhatt, the Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship for HCC's Entrepreneurial Initiatives. Thanks so much for joining us. We will have all the details, links posted after the show. Thanks, Ravi.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to you, Montrose, and your guests.
Yes, and I have to say, I'm just a little upset that you didn't tell me, Sade, that we were supposed to wear the same color as the guests that we're interviewing. That's okay.
We will add you to the group chat next time.
So today, my guest is April Hall. She's the Learning Labs Manager, CLI-West, and the team captain of the HCC Eagles for the Westchase District Corporate Challenge. Welcome to the show, April.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
So I was fortunate enough to be part of this wonderful group this year and last year. So I'm happy to be talking to you about the long history that you have as our team captain for the Corporate Challenge. But first, give us a little history about the challenge.
The Corporate Challenge is an organization. It's a group function an event annually done in normally the first Friday in April, and it is the proceeds go to fund summer activities for the kids in the Westchase community, which is basically in the A-Leaf area, in the Beltway 8 Westheimer area, District 133. It started 25 years ago, and it has been growing ever since. In the last 25 years, there have been over 5,000 participants, individual participants. And if we include HCC in the last 25 years, I would say we've had over 120, maybe 130 participants. There were some years when we had teams in the morning. Sessions run from 8 o'clock to 12 and from 1 o'clock until 4. Mm-hmm. We have the AM session and the PM session. It's a play day for grown-ups. It's a chance for everyone to get out, loosen up your necktie, put on your play clothes and go outside and play for a very, very great cause The
Right.
proceeds again go to latchkey kids that can have summer activities in the A-Leaf area.
Okay. Yeah, and they've raised over $300,000.
Over $320,000 in the last 25 years or more. Okay, because some of the proceeds go to other events and activities in the A-Leaf area.
Okay. And so we talk about the challenge, but what exactly goes on during so there's 2 sessions, half the day. So what happens during the sessions? What kind of sports activities do they have?
There are 6 events. Prior to the pandemic, it started off with a stretching and a warm-up exercise, and there's a DJ there to kind of get everybody kind of worked up and into the mood. After the pandemic, we didn't have that the last 2 years, but it's always been kind of segues off of what Ravi said. It's about community engagement. Mm-hmm. And there's 6 events every year, and in the 25 years, some of the events have changed. But basically, it's briefcase relay. It's taking a briefcase in the beginning. It was carrying the briefcase with a cell phone and running through tires and obstacle courses, jumping over a pool of water, mm-hmm. Jumping over hurdles, different events. They have a briefcase relay. They have dodgeball, which we all remember as kids. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite events. 1-on-1 hot shot basketball. We have soccer kick. We have kickball, and they introduced rugby in the last 3 years because of the SaberCats. Through the years, there've been different things we've had. We've had frisbee golf, which didn't go off very well because of the wind. Mm-hmm. It's a hit and miss, but each year it's just to have engagement. We network with different corporations throughout the Westchase and the Beltway 8 area.
Right.
And it's just a competition. It's a friendly competition.
Right. And you were recognized for participating every year for all of the 25 years. How'd you feel about that?
A little old. At one year, 3 or 4 years ago, they tried to get a group over 50, but that didn't work well. They had the teams over 50, but it's been a great challenge. I've enjoyed participating. Some years have been more challenging than others. I think the biggest challenge of the hurdle I faced was after the pandemic. In 2017, I had a major heart attack and I had a quadruple bypass, and that was my kick. That was my goal while I was going through rehab and therapy and getting back into shape, was to be able to participate in the corporate challenge. Like I say, HCC has never won the top prize. Mm-hmm. In all of those years, we've won events, but not the major prize. But the goal is always to contribute.
Right. So, yeah, I was going to ask you, what are, now that we've done it for 25 years, you've announced that you're going to be retiring, but you'll still be participating. Is that correct? I'll
be retiring as the team captain. Mm-hmm. I'm passing the baton off to Ricky Maxey Hill. I've been blessed to participate 25 years. And we've got a couple of other people at the Northwest College. Ricky Maxey Hill has been there for at least 18, maybe 20 years. Mm-hmm. Lillian Baldwin has participated at least 10, 15 years. Tiffany Lane, I think she's the director at 3100 Main. She's participated at least 5 to 7 years. And then you joined us for the last 2 years. And as you can see, it's a great way to get out and just meet people in your community and engage with them, network, and raise money.
Mm-hmm. Now, who other than you has participated for all 25 years? I think there are a couple of other people that have participated along with you. That
Ricky Maxey Hill, and I passed the baton on to him this year. Next year he would be the team captain. I will still participate, but I will no longer be the team captain. I don't want to slow the team down, and I don't think I'm 100% anymore. But Ricky Maxey Hill, Tiffany Lane, and Lillian Baldwin.
Mm-hmm. And I believe, but Jim Murphy, I believe, who is
Jim Murphy is representative for District 133. There are only 3 people in the entire history of the event that's been there every year, and that's been Jim Murphy. I think Tom Gatton. Tom is the director. He's the board of director for the Westchase District, and myself.
Okay. And in the few remaining moments that we have left, I just want to say thank you so much for your leadership throughout. The Westchase district has really done a lot to recognize you, included you in their newsletter. And, next year we're really going to practice so that we can win. We've never won, but we're going to do it next year.
Well, the corporate challenges is one thing that Northwest College does with Westchase District. They have other competitions. I think you and I have been there when we competed in the gumbo cook-off, the Super Bowl for Karen cook-off. They have many events that gets the college engaged to help and assist and give back to the community.
Right. Well, thank you so much, April. That's April Hall, Learning Labs Manager, CLI-West, and the team captain for the HCC Eagles for the Westchase District Corporate Challenge. And we'll have your info in the post after the show. Thank you so much, April.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Great interview, Montrose. Awesome to learn more about what you all are doing out there on the West Side.
Yes. Sade, if you want to join us, come on. Hey, we need team members. So
I hear you. Well, we have a couple other events and announcements and how we always wrap out the show. I'm going to kick things off with our summer STEM camps. You may have seen quite a bit circulating online, but this one that we're going to focus on today is announcing from HCC and our Verizon partnership, HCC's free STEM enrichment program for middle school students. So attention, all of our parents out there. This particular camp is a part of Verizon's innovative Learning STEM Achievers project, providing design thinking, 3D printing, augmented reality, and social entrepreneurship. There will be sessions June 5th through the 23rd at our HCC West Houston Institute. Check the post after our show for details on how to register.
All right. And Brave Conversations, Women's Sexual Health, HCC's Counseling and Ability Services will host Women's Perspectives, creating a space for brave conversations on women's sexual health. That will be held Friday, June 9th, virtually at 11 a.m. The speaker will be Dr. Alexandra B. Kalaudas, research psychologist for the VA Medical Center. And you can check the post after the show for registration info.
Yes, and I'm sure your face will be in the place at this event because it is in your stomping grounds. But the West Houston Leadership Breakfast hosted by HCC Northwest College will host a networking breakfast with keynote speaker, Texas Representative Mano Diallo, who is currently serving in his first session in the legislature. His district includes the Houston Energy Corridor. The breakfast will be from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on June 21st at our HCC Spring Branch campus. For more info, check the email address in our post after the show.
Right. And if you have a favorite faculty member or an inspirational instructor, the HCC Faculty Senate is accepting nominations for the Faculty Teaching Excellence Award. So nominations will be accepted through August 31st, and the winners will be announced at the Bendicik Orman auction. So check our post after the show for details.
Awesome. Well, tomorrow you cannot expect up to the minute to be on. Our communications department will be hosting an in-service. So again, there's no up to the minute tomorrow, but you know what that means, Montrose?
What does that mean?
They have the distinct pleasure to end the week with us.
That's right.
We will be back on air Monday, June 8th.
Yes, looking forward to that, seeing people in person. And fall registration is open, has now begun. You can still register for summer, so hurry if you want to secure your course, professor, locations, etc. All classes offer in-person and online options, so we have online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid classes where you meet face-to-face partially and virtually partially, and in-person, of course, and then hybrid lab. And to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
All right, again, we want to remind you that Up to the Minute won't air tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday with Mental Health Monday. That will be the first Monday in June, believe it or not. which means Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick of the Young Center for Houston returns with his monthly Mental Health Monday checkup. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.
Bye.